Seed oils might be killing you. What's the history behind seed oils and what do I recommend instead? Seed oils, or what they are called vegetable oils, were an invention by Procter & Gamble. In the past, during industrialization, a lot of oil was used for machinery, and that came primarily from whales. But eventually the whale population was decimated and there wasn't oil from them to extract. So what happened? People tried to find oil from other places. At the time, there was a lot of leftovers of cotton seed in the south. So people finally figured out that they could extract oil from cotton seed, and that was the beginning of the creation of vegetable oils that was used primarily for machinery and for lamps to light up. That's crazy. Oil that was used in machinery eventually became consumed by humans. Let's take a look at the chemistry of these oils to see why it's weird that they came to the kitchen. So these vegetable oils or seed oils are actually formed by polyunsaturated fatty acids. That means that the chain of carbons contain a lot of double bonds, making these molecules have some kind of kinks. That's compared to fat that we know like butter and tallow that are completely straight and don't have these double bonds. So what happens is that they are very unstable, and so they react with oxygen and these bonds break apart when there's light or any kind of heating involved. Because they have these kinks, when they stack on each other, they are not stable like fats. And that's why these oils are liquid. And so in 1910s, Procter & Gamble discovered a new technique called hydrogenation, making these wiggly chains stable and flat, creating a solid hydrogenated oil, which they eventually call Crisco. And because it looks similar to other types of fat, they figured they could market this product to humans. They added a little bit of salt and yellow colorant and advertised this product for humans. And in America, there were a lot of immigrants. And so they made this market campaign saying that these hydrogenated oils were the future. Procter & Gamble, which was a soap company, patented this technique. And this was the beginning of a new era. By the end of this video, I'll talk about what you should eat instead. And in this new area, Procter & Gamble made a lot of money. And by 1940s, they discovered even a newer technique called touch hydrogenation, which made these oils stable enough that they could be kept as oil. So they started selling different types of oils, canola oil, sunflower oil. So how did people start believing that these oils were good for their health? In 1940s, the American Heart Association was a small association in the US. It didn't have much money and heart diseases were rare. But then in 1948, there was a radio contest and Procter & Gamble gave millions of dollars to the American Heart Association. And by coincidence, a little bit after, the American Heart Association started stating that unsaturated fat were good for your health, and saturated fat like butter and tallow were bad for people's health. And so there was a huge campaign stating that these seed oils were good for your health and margarine was a good substitute for your health. There were several studies throughout the years trying to prove that cholesterol was bad and that polyunsaturated fats were good for you. It turns out that many of the studies that tried to show that cholesterol was bad for you didn't pan out to be true. The cholesterol that you ingested didn't end up in your veins, and the studies shown by Enselkis were not necessarily correct.
Cardiovascular disease, disorders and degeneration of the heart and blood vessels.
And there were actually studies in the 70s that showed these seed oils were really bad for people's health, increasing heart diseases, liver diseases, and even depression. For rats, it basically destroyed their health, especially heated up seed oils. And this is exactly what they use in fast food chains. So why is that? Do you remember at the beginning that I mentioned these seed oils were unstable and they had these double bonds? Yeah, that's right. Even after touch hydrogenation, they are still unstable. And when these seed oils are heated up, they're extremely unstable, and these double bonds break apart, creating radicals and aldehydes, which are very, very reactive in your body, and they eventually cause liver diseases, heart diseases, and can alter your DNA. And so what's the worst part of them is linoleic acid. So when you look at seed oils, you need to look at the percentage of linoleic acid. Canola oil, sunflower oil, and other oils like that, as you can see in this image, are really bad for you. And the best type of oils are the ones that don't contain linoleic acid. And this can be coconut oil, olive oil, but the best type of food is fats. And makes sense. For centuries we've been eating fats from animals. And that's what our body evolved to do. And to not consume these oils that are extremely unstable and were once used for machinery. And so if you're gonna eat, people recommend to cook with saturated fat. That means butter, tallow, and things like that. I'll link in the description of the video a little bit more information where you can search and study a little bit more about this. If you like this video, I recommend that you watch this other video. Thanks for watching and have a great day. See you.